Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I just had to check then, we're in July now. So it's June finished pages. I have got a couple of whips. I have got one whip because I am filming the whole process of it. I'm halfway through it. You probably will see part 2 for this video tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow. I didn't have time to upload it at the weekend, I do apologise. But I'm halfway through this page from the mouse guard. Well, it's 4 separate pieces and I absolutely love how it's turning out. I still am so shocked how I managed to do them so stoned so easy. If you didn't catch that first video, I will link it up here somewhere or in the description in case you want to see how I did that. But yeah, I plan on finishing these some point this week, so you'll have this, you've seen that, you'll have this video to watch and then another 2 coming up. But yeah, just a quick one on the mouse guard. I ended up using gouache on this one, so look out for that video. So that is the mouse guard. And then my other whip, I've been working on this now for 4 nights solid. Yeah, 4 if not 5. And it's quite intricate some of the details in it. So I've ended up writing the Prismacolors that I'm using for the purple, because I've had to put it back on my shelf and give myself a break. And I'm currently working on a Mystic Art Mirrors and just put alcohol marker on it last night. Because this page is so detailed, I need a bit of a break and then come back to it. But I've done the leaves, I've done the majority of the petals, I just need to do the centre bit. I've done the skin and I've even based the hair, so it shouldn't take me too long. I want to say it shouldn't take me too long. And this is Flower Girls, My Colour in Heaven. This is, I had to get this because of the Anastasia Caldereva illustrations. You can use alcohol, you can use whatever you want. You can even use watercolour, and I don't like watercolour in Anastasia's books. And I've just remembered she's got a new book coming out, I think. I'm sure I saw a flip through on YouTube that I need to have a little nosy at. But yeah, that's my 2 whips. I want to say 2, but hopefully I don't come across it anymore. And these are all the pages that I've managed this month. So we'll start off at the back, I think, because that would have been closer to the start of the month, I think. So we've got Anastasia Caldereva again, A Maritime. And I finished this one with the sunflower. Isn't she pretty? Let me just turn the light on. And I used Winsor & Newton gold ink for the shiny background. And I think I used luminance. I think I used luminance and then polychromals for her, and then luminance for the sunflower as well. You might notice I've got into colouring flowers and leaves and stuff. It's another obsession apparently, me collecting plants at the minute. And just, you know what it is, it's getting the snippets of plants, making baby plants and then growing them into adult plants. And I'm just learning. Oh, I'm hoping this doesn't spill. I'm using clay to grow things in. So yeah, it's a bit of a learning curve, but I like learning new things. But anyway, that's my first page that I finished. Let's take that tag out. Some of these pictures I'll share on Instagram and then some I don't. And if you're not aware as well, my last video is Artex Pencils giveaway. So if you are interested in entering that competition, it's live until Thursday, I do believe. I think it's the 2nd. It's the 3rd today. I do apologise. I've just been busy over the weekend. I've been busy. My daughter actually came home on Friday, and if you know anything about me, my family and her story, Isabel has cerebral palsy and she is non-verbal. But on Friday when she came home from school, my niece was here and we said, "Have you had a good day?" And her response was, "Been busy, busy, I've been busy." I couldn't believe it. And she just kept saying it, and then when my husband got home, she stopped saying it then. I finished this one because I did this video for the Artex review and giveaway. And again with the leaves, I used one of my plants as a reference for the leaves on this one, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoy more now if I'm using a reference for the plants. Other things like if I'm colouring people or animals, I don't particularly like using a reference because I just like to try and make up my own colours. Like, why does a dog have to be a certain colour? It could be pink, it can be purple, but I think it comes back to me having all these plants in my room, which I promise I will do an updated room tour because it's changed so much. It's practically a mini jungle in here now, and I'm living for it. I'm living for it. But yeah, I did. Is that a term? Is it a weasel? Is it a weasel? But this is Coloriage Wild number 3. Now I think I will share this one on Instagram, so I will keep the tag. And if you're wondering what the background is, it's simply watercolour. I basically drenched the page with a lot of water and used a mixture of Daniel Smith and the super granulating Sminker watercolour that I'm desperate to get my grubby little hands on, but I'll wait until there's a sale. I'll wait until there's a sale and get a few more colours. I'd like some purples. Purples with this sort of shade I think will look stunning. So that's Coloriage Wild 3. And then we go back, because it's at the top of the pile, to Coloriage Wild. This is the very first one, the original one. And I will mention as well, the paper in these boots is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely brilliant. I can't rave about it enough. Now, I previously did this background on a tutorial I did, I want to say years at this point. It was a long time ago that I did a tutorial, and I half coloured the leaves and I'd already done the hair, I think. I can't remember about the hair, but the skin I did with the Artex pencils. I went over some of the petals from the flowers as well, just to get it finished. I don't know why I did that, and I added some stars and whatnot in the background, but look how beautiful they work. I know that some people hate them pencils, some people absolutely adore them. I think that's why there's so much on the market for everything. There's so many, there's not just one pencil, there's not just one paper, there's not just one game, you know what I mean? There's always a variation because people are gonna like different things. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed finishing her off, and it was just a night in this, like a couple of hours, and she was done. But yeah, isn't she cute? And again, I love that background. Keeping the tag in that. So we'll go further back again, and we go to Flowerscape in Paradise. Now, I will be honest, I do prefer her first book over this. There was a lot more double page spreads, if I remember rightly, in the first one. There's a lot more animals and stuff in this one. I mean, it's still a nice book, I just prefer the first one that I did. And I did the one with the hanging baskets, of course I did. Just with distress ink in the background. Now I think I started using Inktense pencils with this, and I wasn't really liking how it was turning out, so I switched over. It was either the Artex pencils or Prismacolor, I can't remember, because this was literally right at the start of the month. But yeah, distress ink background, and then popped on a little bit of water and lifted it up more or less straight away, just to give that sort of splatter effect. That's all I've done out of that one. Now, which one is this one? Because I've got a funny feeling this one's a whip. Oh no, it's not. And I've folded the page over on itself. I think I did a video on this. I think I did. I prepped this page with the Daniel Smith watercolour grind, I think. I'm sure I did. And then I did some sort of watercolour tutorial over the top, and a little bit of pencil as well. But that's Alien Worlds by Kirby Roseanne's. Again, this is not my favourite. I believe that this is meant to be his last book, and I'm just a bit disappointed in it. But in saying that, I've seen some absolutely brilliant finished pages in this book, but even seeing them finished, it's not giving me the inspiration to keep constantly picking up this book like I did previously with all these other Kirby books. I can only see a handful of pages that this one particular I saw absolutely gorgeous. It was on one of the Facebook groups, and they did it in pinks, purples and blues, and like they did a reflection as well off the crystal. It was absolutely gorgeous, but like I said, I just didn't feel a need, because that's what I usually do. If I run out of inspiration, I'll look onto Instagram or Facebook groups, and usually that helps. But for some reason with this book, it's not happening, unfortunately. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We've got one from Mariola Budek. This was just a flower PDF that I purchased off Etsy, and I printed it out on the Nina, the more textured Nina paper. I know that there's a couple of different kinds, and then I used the Faber-Castell Albert Duras, and then I think polychromos over the top, just for a little extra detail, and then just a simple watercolour background. It was just a quick, I want to do a flower sort of thing. This one I really enjoyed. This is by Annie Colouring. Now, I got this PDF book coming up to, it must be years ago again at this point. Her art style has changed a lot. I do need to get some of her newer stuff, because I do like her newer stuff actually better than this, and even though I still do like this, so I do need to purchase some new ones. And I can't remember what paper this is, because it was just a book that I printed out ages ago and kept in a folder, and then when I didn't know what to colour, I was just looking through my files and come across this, and I used alcohol marker with most of this, and I did actually do some sort of her tutorial on this. I wasn't overly happy with how it turned out. It's probably easier just to use pencil and skip the alcohol marker part. I am aware that you can use brown, whatever colour you want, and then add the highlights over the top. I was just curious to see what would happen if I used black and then tried to lighten it up, and you know, it's okay, and it took so much effort. It was probably easier just with pencils. And I used the what is it again, that ink, Winsor & Newton gold ink again, just for her earrings, and then the same watercolour as well for the background, and I put washi tape on as well to give myself a nice border. I might as well show you another PDF, because it's the last one, and it's the same one that came with that other flower on by Mariola Budek. I think I did a video on this, and I just had splatters over the top with the Renaissance watercolour in liquid chrome, I believe it's called. Just simple watercolour and pencil work on this, but it was fun. It was fun nonetheless, and it is that Nina paper again. What else have we got? We got Wildflower Folk by Christine Karen, and I've got one that started there that I've not come back to yet. Where is it? It's this one. So I finished this right at the start of the month, I do believe. Again, same watercolour background, just it's my go-to one when I'm not too sure what to do, to be honest. And I used polychromos for most of this, and I really like how it turned out. I'm sure I used polychromos. And then what's that pen called? I always forget the name of it. Probably not got it to hand. Is it here? Yes, it is here. This liquid chrome. I first saw this on Colour with Chloe's channel. She did a full review on these pens. Mirror Effect, and they are pretty good. They are pretty good. I prefer that liquid chrome watercolour over that stuff. But I'm slowly but surely making my way through this book. There's more pages at the back, I think. Yeah, I said that. They must be at the back of the book. But I have already previously coloured a lot of Christine Karen, and then since she brought the book out, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do that one again. But you know, I don't mind colouring pictures again, because I can see the difference of my artwork from like now to 2, 3, 4 years ago, however long it may be that I've been colouring. And then the last one is Hannah Carlson, and this is a mixture of all of her previous books up until the point of releasing this anyway, I do believe. Oh, it's this one. I thought it was that one for a second. No, it's this one. And I do really like how this one is. And I like the colours that I chose. I like the background. I'm doing me just admiring it when I'm supposed to be showing you. I used Inktense pencils, the new colours, for the flowers in her hair. And I think I went a little bit over top with the highlights in her eyes. But yeah, I think, you know, I did a good job though. I did a good job. But anyway, that is all of my finished pages for the month. I've not even been doing much diamond painting, to be honest. I've been doing a lot of reading, and if you follow me on Instagram, I sometimes share on my stories what I'm reading just in case you are interested. Don't forget about that giveaway video. It is my previous video before this, in case you want to have a little nosy, and it closes on Thursday. The rules and whatnot are in that video. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. For me, will be the next part of mouse card, but you'll see part 2 after this video. I'm going to confuse myself. Right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!